brought to you by your locally owned Midas in Belleville, Brockville, and Kingston. With the industry's best warranties and over 1,000 five-star reviews, come and experience the Midas difference.
Nice to be back. I hope you had a great Christmas and a New Year's. It does look as if things have changed drastically over the holiday season. A little cooler now, though we may find those temperatures up and down a bit. It's considerably cooler than we have had. It was a green Christmas. And in our long range, we really don't see any great probability of snow. For now, it's just a little bit of a mix brewing, a very small probability overnight, growing through the day tomorrow. And by the evening, it'll be more flurry than shower. And you could see up to 2 centimeters accumulating across southern and eastern Ontario as a result of this. Now, southern Ontario could see a little more due to some lake effect off the upper Great Lakes. Clearing Thursday, colder conditions too. We see it drop again. Sunny and seasonal Friday, and then cold and cloudy Saturday. Look out for more flurries on Sunday, but I don't see at this point it being quite heavy. You remember this time last year we had snowbanks up to here. Krampus dropped in for Christmas. Do you remember that? It was just this wicked 2.5-day storm. But this year it's just the total opposite. 1 in Kingston and Belleville today for daytime highs, 2 in Brockville, 0 in Smiths Falls and Ottawa for highs today, a 0 in Peterborough as well, 1 in Oshawa and Toronto both. We're sitting at +1 now. Southwest winds gusting to 30. There was nearly 50 km today. It was very blustery. We're looking at a bit of cloud out there. There'll be partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions overnight, and there is a small probability of flurries through the evening overnight, about 30%. But that's going to grow tomorrow. Barely a trace in the last 24 hours, just a couple flakes, a few flurries, but nothing that stuck. It was very minor. You may have missed it. We're looking at about 8 hours and 58 minutes of daylight. Yeah, it's pretty. Those days are going to grow now that we're on the other side of that winter solstice now. We're going to find the days get a little bit longer, bit by bit. Here comes the low pressure system moving in. Yeah, it is a lot cooler. You don't really see a warm front associated with this at all. Usually, for every cold front, there's a little warm front, even just a little one. But we're not really seeing that. There's this light troughing, very light crosswind from the south, but it's not enough to match up to these fronts here. And so the low, as it moves through, this cold front here weakens a bit. It becomes more of a stationary front, and this will trigger a bit of a mix through the day, a small probability which grows by the evening, and it could lead to a couple centimeters of flurries through the evening and overnight as temperatures cool. Keep in mind these highs are dropping in out of the north. They're bringing in some cooler air. So Thursday, as it clears up, it cools down again. So you might get into the plus zone tomorrow, but count on it cooling down as it clears up Thursday. This is where we are right now. You're looking at that little break in the cloud, but the probability of flurries is there tonight. Maybe mixed over the lake, and then as the day progresses tomorrow, that probability grows. There's an intensification, and then, yeah, we see that through the evening overnight hours, that possibility of 2 centimeters, but then the clearing begins, and we're looking at a bit of sunshine for a couple days. Well, not completely sunny, but I'll take it. Nice. And a little on the cool side Thursday. Belleville, you got a high 3 tomorrow, and about 2 centimeters of flurries through the overnight tomorrow night. But through the day, it's sort of a sliding scale with that probability. Starts off like 30%, grows to about 60% by noon, and then by the evening, you're definitely looking at a good 70–80% probability of flurries. Thursday, high -4, mix of sun and cloud. For Friday, a high +1 and a mix of sun and cloud. In Brockville, the same. The probability of flurries is there. It's primarily an evening overnight issue for you. You'll see just mostly cloudy conditions through the morning and about a 40% chance of a flurry through the day, high 2. -3 on Thursday with a mix of sun and cloud, a 70% chance of flurries in the morning. Friday, it is a mix of sun and cloud and a high of -1. Smiths Falls +2 tomorrow for a high, and you've got 2 centimeters of flurries overnight. Thursday, a high -4, mix of sun and cloud, a small probability of flurries in the morning. Friday, a high -2 and a mix of sun and cloud. Kingston, your forecast rising to 3 Celsius tomorrow, so that small probability of flurries could be mixed with showers. We're getting into the plus zone again. But by evening, temperatures drop and that probability grows. We could see a couple centimeters of snow overnight. Thursday, as you're dusting off that front step, it clears up nicely, and we we've got mainly sunny conditions with a high -3. Friday, a mix of sun and cloud, +1 up to 1 again Saturday, but cloud moving in. That chance of flurries moving in overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. A high -1 Sunday and a good chance of flurries again. Monday, it's a mix of sun and cloud, a high 1. And for Tuesday, +2, and the chance of mixed precipitation moves in along with a risk of freezing rain. Now your weather wallpaper.
Weather Wallpaper is brought to you by Christine Geary's Maple Leaf Tours Travel Cruise. Visit mapleleaftours.com to get into the picture.
Karen Shack of Gananoque sends this in. She sent a few, but I like this one the most. Catching those New Year's Eve fireworks that we had. Absolutely beautiful. She used one of those long exposure shutter speeds to sort of capture that.
Now, was that in Gann or was that here in Kingston?
I think it was here. She saw it from her backyard in Willowbank, but she's got a pretty good camera.
Okay.
So
lovely picture, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
And lovely conditions too, Bill, as you've been mentioning. We've been enjoying a lot of mild weather over the past month, really, and even the first week of January, it seems to be hanging on. It's not quite as mild, but still a little bit above seasonal.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of that minus double-digit daytime high yet. You know, but we're still, even though we've seen a significant lowering of temperatures, it's still mild, really. -2 is the seasonal norm right now for a daytime high.
-2, well, we're above that for several of those days. But you know we're going to get nailed eventually.
Yes.
It's January, right?
Yeah.
There's no escaping it.
It's not over yet. We're barely begun winter. So.
We'll see if there's a hint of winter, a little more of it, in your 10-day outlook later. Thank you, Bill. Roll and Team Canada, tough loss today at the World Juniors. Bill, any sign of winter in your 10-day outlook?
Barely. We see some fluctuation in temperatures, but every now and then it pops back up into the plus zone. 3 for a high tomorrow as we see that chance of flurries growing. Could be mixed early in the day when it's in the plus zone. But then we see a possibility of 2 centimeters of flurries overnight. Thursday, as it clears, it cools. A high -3. Highs of 1 over Friday and Saturday as the increase in cloud rolls in Saturday. The chance of flurries overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. And a pretty good chance of flurries through your Sunday with a high -1. Up to +1 Monday, a mix of sun and cloud. And then the mixed precipitation returns over Tuesday and Wednesday as temperatures rise as high as 3 on Wednesday. Cooler Thursday with some clearing, a high -2, and up to 0 Friday and cloudy.
So, Bill, anyone who got a toboggan at Christmas...
I got my son a toboggan.
Yes.
You know, so don't feel bad. If the weatherman buys his kid a toboggan, yeah.
But as for ice skates, well, at least there's some, you know, of course, the indoor rinks and a couple of artificial ones out there that you can
Did
get
a little
out and
skating
enjoy.
over the holidays in Vista and yeah, downtown. Looking
Just
forward to
no
doing that.
tobogganing, not right now, not here anyway. Might have to go a little further north.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Your long range. You're watching CKWS News at 11.
Hello, dropping in out of the northwest, bringing you the chance of flurries. A small probability tonight. That probability is going to grow through the day tomorrow as we meet up with a cold front, and then it very gradually sort of turns into a stationary front. Could be mixed precipitation for some of us close to the lake, but for the most part, it's just a wet flurry. And some of us could see up to 2 centimeters, but the bulk of that activity will probably take place through the evening. Anything through the day will be mixed, and you won't see much accumulation. High pressure moving in behind that's really going to bring in the sunshine, but it's also going to cool things down. This high is dropping in out of the north, bringing some Arctic air with it. You can see that Thursday. We go from a +3 high tomorrow in Belleville to a high of only -4 Thursday, down to -8 that night. But it's nice to see that sunshine return. You do have the possibility of 2 centimeters of flurries through the evening and overnight tomorrow. In Brockville, looks like that probability is with you as well. You probably won't see the bulk of that precipitation until the evening and overnight. Could see 2 centimeters, just a cloudy start to your day. Thursday, high -3, mix of sun and cloud, still a 70% chance of flurries. Friday, -1 and a mix of sun and cloud. And in Smiths Falls, +2 tomorrow. There's a chance of some flurries developing through the afternoon. A greater probability through the night. You could see a couple centimeters yourself. Thursday, high -4, a mix of sun and cloud. There's a 30% chance of a flurry. And for Friday, high -2 and a mix of sun and cloud. Kingston, your forecast, a high of 3 degrees tomorrow. We have a small chance of flurries overnight. That probability grows through the day as it's possibly mixed with a shower. We rise to a +3. And then as temperatures cool off, we see a greater probability through the evening. We could see up to 2 centimeters of flurries through the evening and early overnight hours. Thursday, it's mainly sunny with a high 3 up to 0 on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud. Saturday, an increase in cloud early in the day will lead to a chance of flurries overnight. That probability of flurries continues Sunday. A high -1 up to +1 on Monday with a mix of sun and cloud. And Tuesday, the chance of mixed precipitation returns as we rise to 2 Celsius.